Hi guys, Bones here, and I actually recorded the Q&A video before, but for some reason it wasn't uploading, probably because it was a bit too long, so hopefully I can keep it shorter this time. So let's begin, and thank you for almost 1.5k now, so thank you. Okay, first question. Dean and Crowley asked, tell us about your favorite Dean moment, Cass moment, and Sam moment. Okay, well, we've got, 9 seasons of Dean and Sam, so that's gonna be a bit difficult. But I think I've narrowed it down to the Braveheart moment and the Air Supply moment. Cause yeah, Dean's inner nerd kind of showed off there. Sam, probably the scene where he was curing Crowley, and then the speech he gave to Dean, that just shook me beyond repair. And Cass moment, probably Hey Ass Butt, yeah. And I'm the one who gripped you tight and raised you from perdition, definitely. Next questions. Defiant Cass asked, what do you think Demon Dean is going to act like? Like the stereotypical dark and uncaring demon, or more like Crowley? Well, here's the thing. Demon Dean, I want it to be Dean, like pie loving, dorky, sarcastic Dean, but he's a demon. I don't know how they can quite do that yet, or if they can do it, but I think that it's very important to remember to keep Dean's character in it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he's gonna be the first demon to like eat or something. So, and ask for pie and stuff, because Dean never asking for pie again just shatters my heart, even though I love the idea of Demon Dean. So yeah, I mean, I hope he's dogs. Yeah, I hope he's Dean Winchester, just a demon. I don't know how they're gonna do that. So yeah, I guess like Crowley. I guess because everyone loves Crowley, right? Yeah. Hail Destiel asked, I'd love to know how you began to love Supernatural, like what was the first episode you ever watched, why, how long ago it was. It was about 6-7 years ago. I watched when the show was in its 3rd season. I was just flipping through TV, and it said Supernatural, so I was like, okay. And then I started watching, and then it was the Bloody Mary episode where Sam's eyes are bleeding, and Dean just has his face in his hands, and he's like, Sammy. And that was the first thing I ever heard on Supernatural. Dean calling Sam Sammy. Very natural, right? Yeah, so right after that, I checked. I checked it out on the internet, and I started watching. So, since season 3, a lot of emotional instability going on for a long time. Bold Castiel asked if you could travel to only one place in the world, where and why? New York City, if it's not clear by the poster behind me. And there are Statue of Liberty poster right there, and 3 more right there. Why? Because it's a beautiful city, and I look at that skyline. I do not have a problem just staring at that skyline in real life for the rest of my life. There's just so many possibilities, and I feel like it's the perfect place to make dreams come true. So yeah, New York, definitely. I mean, I'm known to be the New York obsessed person. So, yeah, New York. Dream Chester asked, what is your favorite Destiel Winchester moment? I do not ship either of those, so I'm gonna say my brotherly favorite moment. For Dean and Cass, probably the part where Cass was beating up Dean for the tablet, and he didn't know what he was doing because it was Naomi. But then he's like, I won't hurt Dean, and he stops. Because I think it took a lot of strength for him to be able to do that and to take that decision. And that just shows what they really mean to each other. And yeah, I mean, I was bawling my eyes out. I don't trip SDL. Already said that. Okay, anyway. For Sam and Dean, probably when Sam gave Dean the amulet. Because it was, I think it symbolized Sam placing his hope and his faith in his brother by giving him the amulet that wasn't meant for Dean, but Dean received it as a gift. Yeah, I think those are my favorite. And we need to get the amulet back somehow, because seriously, Sam better have picked it up from that bin, because if he didn't, I'm gonna have an even worse emotional breakdown. I don't even know how. Falling Novak asked, what is your opinion on season 9 of Supernatural in general? I think it was a pretty good season. It was definitely one of my favorite seasons. It explored different areas of Sam and Dean, and then what's really interesting is that we know how Dean was so defensive against getting possessed by Michael, but in this season we saw that he was actually going to the extent where he was willing to let his brother be possessed by an angel just to save him. I think that it redefined the lengths that Sam and Dean would take to save each other. And I think it says a lot, because the show, it keeps on reinventing itself. So, I think season 9 really did that, and you know, the whole twist with Gadriel and Metatron, it really did spike up everything, and it definitely added a bit of, you know, spice to the season. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. Help Cass asked, which supernatural character would you like to be roommates with? Charlie. She's a nerd. I mean, she's all about Harry Potter, The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, you know, Star Trek. It's right, me. It's me. Hello. So yeah, I think we'd have like sleepovers and with Sam and Dean and Cass, and then we'd watch something, not Game of Thrones, because that's complicated according to Dean, and braid Sam's hair for once. So yeah, I think that would definitely be fun. Frail Cass asked, if you could bring a fictional character to life, who would it be and why? Dean Winchester. Definitely Dean. Because I think he's so strong and he's so passionate about what he does, and I think that even though he's broken, he tends to fix other people, and I think we really need more people like that in this world. You know, people who don't only care about themselves but about others as well. I could just imagine someone talking to Dean and feeling 100% better. So yeah, I think what he does is that he adds a lot to the human touches that we lack these days. So yeah, it would definitely be Dean. Blowing Dean asked, what was the thing that made you cry the most in the finale? Can we please not go there? But okay, we went there anyway. Okay, I started bawling my eyes out from the moment Carry On My Wayward Son started playing. I was like, no, I am not ready for this. I am not ready for this. And guess what? I'm still not ready for this. Douche Crowley asked, why do you love Supernatural so much? Because essentially it's about two brothers. Two brothers that love each other and that would literally do anything for each other. I think that it's a very different show. It's a very unique show because these brothers are the core of the show. It's not really about the monsters. It's about these two brothers that have a broken family, yet they spend so much time fixing other families, and they think that they don't deserve that, but they do. And I think that's what makes the characters so great, because the way they interact is definitely something everyone can relate to, whether as brothers, as best friends, or as simply heroes. And I think a lot of people are attached to them because they're they're essentially what we need in this world. So so yeah, I mean that's why I watched the show, because it brings in this special sense to life, and that the hope that there is a Sam and Dean out there somewhere, and yeah, and I mean of course Cass is another reason why I love the show. So yeah. um. Captain Swan asked, say you would be a writer for season 10 of Supernatural. What kind of episode would you write? I would definitely write a comedy episode. Because we need it. I mean, after 9 years of nothing but despair and emotional breakdowns and psychological trauma, I think this fan needs a comedy episode. And I think it can come out of the Demon Dean storyline. Like, trapping Dean in traps all over the bunker, and a little bit of holy water here instead of beer and stuff. I think it would be interesting. I just hope that they play it out that way, because we need a break. Because seriously, we're devastated for life. So yeah, that's what I would definitely do. Psychic Dean asked, what death scene do you think is the saddest in Supernatural? Well, they're all depressing, but I would say the season 9 finale. Because it just hit me this time how much Dean was ready to die and how much he wanted to die. I mean, before they knew they were coming back, but this time Dean just said to Sam, I'm proud of us, and that was his goodbye. So that broke me beyond repair. So yeah, that's definitely it. Heroic Sammy asked, if you could have anyone's butt in the world, whose butt would you choose? And I agree, it is very important for scientific reasons. Jensen Ackles' butt. He has a really cute butt. Have you seen that butt? It's adorable. So yeah, I definitely want his butt. Jensen Ackles asked, what is your favorite Dean one-liner? Are you kidding me? I'm Batman. You fudge and touch me again, I'll fudge and kill you. I just bought a shirt that says, what the fudge? Because my friend was like, that is so you. So yeah, Dean Winchester influence. I hope your apple pie is freaking worth it. I think those are the only ones on top of my mind right now. Kevin freaking Solo asked, what would you have liked to have seen done with Kevin that didn't happen? I think Kevin deserved a happy ending, out of everything, because, I mean, he was pulled in this life without him ever choosing to, unwillingly he was pulled into it. He was thrown into this whole angel versus demons war. I mean, he was just Kevin Tran from Advanced Placement. But then, no. Now you're a prophet of the Lord. Yay! I think he was a huge asset to the Winchesters. And I just imagined a happier ending. I imagined that he'd be with them until the end of the line, and then he'll finally have his own life. But of course, that didn't happen. Blowing Dean's Whistle asked, what do you think of Meg? Well, she kind of got on my nerves in earlier seasons, but then once she started, working with the Winchesters and, watching over Cass and Maxiel and all that, I started to love her more and more, and she's one of my favorite demons now, and I really, really, really miss her. I really miss her. And I mean, yay her for being the only female to survive 7 seasons of Supernatural. That's something in this freaky show. Dean's Tattoos asked, have there ever been any points in the show where you almost stopped watching? What kept you going? Yes, in season 6. I didn't like season 6 very much. I felt like it was a decline from season 5. But what kept me going was Balazar. definitely. He's Balthazar. So yeah, I mean, he's one of my favorite angels, and that's why I honestly watch season 6. It's because of him. Um, King Crowley asks, "What is the craziest thing you have ever done?" I swam in a waterfall that was 13 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what that's in Fahrenheit, but it was cold. I was in Tanzania last year with my friends. We went there for community service. We hiked Padumban Kilimanjaro, and then we swam in the waterfall. So, craziest thing I've ever done. Faith Castiel asks, top 10 moments of Dean being a mega dork. Isn't Dean always a mega dork? He's always a mega dork. Dean, mega dork, Winchester. I really can't pinpoint 10 of my favorite moments. Flirtatious Dean asked, if you had to choose one character to bring back, which would you choose? I have like about a gazillion actors characters I wanna bring back, but I would definitely bring back Benny. He just added so much to the show, and there was so much potential with his storyline, and the relationship between him and Dean really did spark a new part of Dean that we've never seen before. The whole idea of Dean that monsters deserve to die, all of them, but then we see him with Benny, and Benny's calling him brother, and they're practically brothers. So yeah, I mean there was a lot that could have been done with Benny, and I'm just sad to see him go. But I'm hoping that he's still alive in purgatory. Doesn't make any sense. And we know that Dean buried the body. He didn't burn it, just in case he finds a way to bring back Benny one day. I just really hope that it comes back, because he was a great character, and a lot could have been done with his character. And Ty is just adorable, so please. Siren Sammy asked, what is your favorite quotation from Supernatural? My favorite Dean quotation is, you don't stop being a soldier because you got wounded in battle. And my favorite Sam quotation is, people can change, there is reason for hope. Pretty amazing quotes. Kaz My Overlord asked, what is your favorite book, movie, song? Favorite book right now, The Fault in Our Stars, probably. I'm reading Paper Towns. Yeah, so I was still feeling that a bit. My favorite movie, X-Men Days of Future Past. Oh my god, that was perfection. That was complete and utter perfection. If you haven't seen it, go see it. If you don't like Marvel, go see it. If you worship Marvel, go see it. If you have no idea what X-Men fudging is, go see it. Favorite song? Pompeii by Bastille, or Demons by Imagine Dragons. And finally, last question asked by Idrit's Cass. Ultimate Supernatural Crack Ship. Dean Benny. For life. That is like one of my biggest ODPs ever. Dean Benny. So yeah, that concludes my first Q&A video, and thank you guys so much for sending these awesome questions, and I might do this again when I hit 2K, hopefully. So yeah, thank you guys, hope you enjoyed this. Sorry if I bored you, and if you stuck around to the end, you're awesome, and I love you, and I'll see you soon.